What's going on, YouTube? Thought I would do a video and share my mail from the last 2 days. It's currently Thursday afternoon, and my mail carrier had just arrived today. I've got one, two, three, four, five, well, 4 packages, one small recent pickup, and a TTM. I'll save the TTM for last. I will say that it is from San Juan, Puerto Rico. So, several possibilities. A couple could be for the 88 top set project that I've been working on. I'll start with this small one here. This right here is, I believe, a purchase I made off of eBay. It is. This is just a one card purchase. This was an auction, and I picked it up. This card is not in great shape, and of course, this is one of these cheesy sellers that uses Scotch tape so that they can try to help you destroy a card even further while you're trying to open it. But anyway, I'll worry about getting it out later because I can't stand seller. I really hate people that use Scotch tape on baseball cards, top loads, stuff like that. I always have. And I know there's a lot of you out there that do the same thing. It's Will Myers rookie card, pink refractor. And I got this for $1. The only reason that I wanted it or even bid on it is it's numbered to 50. You know, pink refractors numbered to 50. And Will Myers never did crap with his career. So the fact that this is his rookie card really means nothing to me. But anything that's short print, whatever, I will pick up. I really hate this card has got a lot of chipping around the edges. This is not worthy to send into I mean, if this was like somebody that actually amounted to a pot of piss, you know, then you could send him into PSA, but I would never send this in to be graded, SGC or nobody, because there is chipping all around this pink border, which pink refractors are known for that. And I could see that in the pictures. There's chipping along the edge of the top. But number to 50, only 50 ever made. Will Myers, uh, you know, he had talent that he wasted. I always considered him a guy that wasted his career. You know, he hung around the major leagues because of that talent for a lot of years, but he never became the player that everybody thought he was going to be. And it's one reason that he kept bouncing around from team to team to team because teams get sick of his piss poor attitude. And, you know, and sellers that use Scotch tape like that, even though it's no big deal, it's just when you've been in the hobby as many years as I have, like basically my whole life, you get sick of people, you know, that are just that damn cheap. But anyway, I mean, a lot of people would say I'm cheap, a cheap collector anymore, whatever. But you know, that's pitiful. This right here was a recent pickup, also off of eBay. Bob Feller. You can't. It's in too much plastic. Now this is a seller that knows what they're doing. By the way, they put this in a team baggie, and they put in an extra top load for protection to make it sturdier. So, well, actually, it's in two. They don't have it. I thought at first they had it in a top load for the thickness of the card. You know, this is just a patch. But Bob Feller, 70 years of Topps baseball commemorative patch. You know, and I thought it was a nice card. And being an Indians fan, this is perfect. This is from 2021 Topps. And but this is a seller that knows what they're doing. You know, he put it. He didn't have apparently, or he did. You know, these top loaders for these thick cards, they cost a little bit more. So instead of he put 2 top loads, regular top loaders on each side of it. Put it in a team bag. So that's how you do things. Team bag, easy to open. No Scotch tape, no crap. You know, no crap. And I know you say, well, you know that costs money, but still, it's just I get tired. Usually when I buy something from somebody and that they send me a card and it's got Scotch tape, I make a point to try not to forget their name and not buy anything else from them again. Okay, this right here is a pickup. This is something that I only bought it for 2 reasons. One, I have not been able to find an autograph of Donnie Moore 88 Topps. And this is funny. I've been looking for one since I started the 88 Topps project. This is Donnie Moore signed, authenticated by. This is an older SGC case where they actually list that it was authenticated. It doesn't say JSA. I've got some that do, But anyway, this was authenticated by SGC back when they still authenticated autograph cards and encapsulated. Donnie Moore passed away, or committed suicide in 1989. Very tough to get his autograph on anything. Find the autographs out there. He basically committed suicide at the end of his playing career, and so he's not one of these guys that signed TTM for 30 years, or whatever, since then. And it's funny, right after I made this purchase, what my plans was going to put this in like a graded slab bag. And I was going to take the 88 Tops card and just put it on the backside on a top loader in the bag. And that would go in my 88 Tops project of wanting to get the autograph of every player in the set. Preferably on the 88 Tops card itself, but because I couldn't find one. And then as soon as I do that, somebody pops up in a Facebook group with offering one for $50, which I got this for $25. The seller made me an offer of $25 on eBay, and I took it. They had this listed for like 58 or 57 or something to start with, and they gave me I just put it on the watch list because I was basically I don't know. I actually put it on the watch list though. I don't know why. I was looking though for 88, and because Donnie Moore is one of the tougher ones left that I needed for that project. Anyway, I got that. That's a nice pickup. For those of you that don't remember, Moore at one time was a great relief pitcher, and not just when he was a closer for the California Angels, but he was very good with the Atlanta Braves in the like 83, 84 seasons. All right, now this right here, I know what this is. This is going to be a lot. It is a lot that I bought from a guy off of out of a Facebook group. Yeah, yep. He's even got baseball lot right on it. This is going to have some slab cards, some graded cards, some game used. This is a lot of good stuff in this video to share. There is some good stuff. Nothing, astronomical, but some pretty cool stuff that I picked up recently. If I can get this open. Oh, man. Now, this is somebody that doesn't know what they're doing in a way. I got a good deal on this, so I'm not going to complain. I got a great buy in this. But you do not take and put Scotch tape attached to a PSA 10 slab. And that's what this guy's just did. You do not attach anything to it. This is why, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't need to be collecting baseball cards. You don't need to be collecting any damn thing, to be honest about it. If you can't take better care of your shit, it just pisses me off how people are. But anyway, that's the first card, and that was the best card in this lot, probably. This is a PSA 10. It's numbered to 20. This is numbered 9 out of 25. This is a 2023 Dynamic Duels. It's Oswaldo Peraza and Gleyber Torres with the Yankees. Torres now with the Detroit Tigers, left as a free agent. But PSA 10 and numbered to only 25. And it's a dual Yankees card. And luckily that Scotch tape, other than just a little bit of residue, and I probably won't show up, but boy, it did. It left a little bit of residue right here above the serial number on the inside corner. I can clean that. If you watched my last video that I did last week, I had a slab come in of Shane Bieber that had guy done. I don't know what he had done. It was just nasty. There was like it looked like somebody had sprayed. You know how like if you got windows in your house and you're cleaning your windows and you spray Windex on the window, but you let it dry. Like sometimes it, depending on what's on your window, it might smear. Whatever that's what it looked like. He tried to clean it with something that smeared, but I was able to get that looking back like good as new. So hopefully this right here, since it's just some tape residue, will come off pretty easy without leaving anything else. But that's a nice card. And this right here, I will go ahead and tell you, I got this entire lot for $25 out of a Facebook group. So, and he had Scotch tape on the back of that SGC slab. Luckily, it didn't do any residue on it. I wish it had not done any at all on that Yankee, because like down the road, as far as like if I want to, this is a lot that I'll probably be reselling some of this stuff. But Gem Mint 10, and I grew up. My dad was a Yankee fan, and You know, there's so many Yankee fans out there. You never have trouble moving anything Yankees, even if it's guys that no longer play for them or were not tremendous superstars. If it's Yankees, there's Yankee collectors out there. And the fact that this is numbered to only 25 and it's a PSA Gem Mint 10, you know, and I mean, this to me, I could sell this card and probably get back what I pay for the $25 I pay for this whole lot. And that card right there, in my opinion, is worth that right now. Um, and then this right here, this card to me is worth less. Luis Robert, who is basically again another Will Myers waste of a talent, but it's SGC slabbed 9.5. This is a 2020 tops, um, 2020 tops chrome. So I don't know. It says tops complete set 2020. I don't know why it says complete set because it's just one card. But anyway, that's it. It is not serial numbered. It's nothing special other than, well, it's tops chrome. That's it, which means it's just a tops chrome base card. And it's a rookie card. It says RC on it. Big deal. They make like 50 million daggone rookie cards, variations anymore. For a, you know, if it's not serial numbered, I really don't care. But this was in the lot, so it came with a lot. I'll take it, 9.5. If I wanted to sell this right now, I'd be lucky to get $1 for it. You know why? Because even Chicago White Sox fans are trying to get rid of Luis Robert, you know, cards that they got. I'm sorry if you're a White Sox fan. I mean, you might not be, but I'm just saying a lot of White Sox fans are starting that you're starting to see. I'm seeing in Facebook groups, eBay, um, whatnot, even like a couple of guys I watch on whatnot, stuff just popping up left and right. Luis Robert, and everybody's trying to unload. You know, trying to cash out while they can. This is a guy. This is a nice card, by the way, and I'm an autograph collector, so this will be a nice addition to my autograph collection. However, this is a former number one pick, or not number one overall, first round pick by I believe by the Oakland A's, and he got traded to the Chicago Cubs. He had a lot of hype. He was MLB.com pipeline used to really hype this guy, and I'm somebody played years in dynasty leagues in fantasy baseball, so I knew all the top prospects. Addison Russell, this is his autograph. This was a pack pulled autograph. It's a 2012 Bowman Chrome draft pick autograph. Addison Russell. That's as good as it gets with BGS. 9.5. Pretty much. I mean, you can get a 10-10, but it's very hard. But 9.5 and 10 on the autograph doesn't get any better. That will stay in my collection. Right now, though, even though this is a 10 autograph and 9.5, it's not more than a between $5 and $8 card, even with autograph, because Russell never panned out. He wasn't horrid, like completely horrid. I mean, he hit if he'd come along back in the 70s or beyond that and hit like 250 range, 240, 250 and played solid defense, he could have lasted longer as a shortstop in the major leagues. But to come up in you know, really from 1990s on to now, to come up and not be able to hit more than 250, 240 and have absolutely no power, have absolutely no speed, and not be able to play very good defense. I'm not saying he was horrible, but it wasn't like he was Ozzie Smith in the field. You know, if he had been, he would have stuck around longer. But once he got old enough, like had been around in the majors long enough to start getting paid more through arbitration, he basically, I mean, and you know, he's still playing pro ball. I had looked it up after I won this lot out of curiosity, just wondering whatever happened to him. And this guy's still playing in like independent leagues. So, you know, but anyway, that was in the lot. So there was 3 graded cards in this lot for 25 bucks. The Russell autograph, which I will add to my PC. This will be something I'll try to just dump reselling. Luis Robert, and this will be in my collection for now, but it'll be something that I will consider selling at a later time. Number to 25, Gem Mint 10, Glaber, and what's that other guy's name? I'm not a Yankee fan. Oswald Pereza. He's still with the Yankees, I believe. Anyway, number to 25, you can't be. Also in this lot, every one of these is either, I think, this is an autograph. Alejo Lopez with the Cincinnati Reds there. I think he was basically, I think he played in a couple of different seasons for them as a utility player. And this one is numbered on the top corner. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but top corner right there out of 45 out of 150. Not a bad card. even though it's a common, that's worth $1 to me. Autograph like that worth $1. Former major leaguer. This is a rookie card of a guy that to me is a bust of a prospect or has really been. It's serial numbered, so it'll be kept in my collection. It's numbered 835 out of 999. Jordan Walker rookie card, and this is from 2022. 2022 Topps. And it's a nice looking card, but Walker has never panned out. But the fact it's serial numbered, you can throw it in a dollar bin. This one here is Christopher Morel. A lot of people know him. Pretty, especially if you play fantasy baseball like me. He's had some times where he could be pretty useful. This is not serial numbered at all, and it says rookie card, home field advantage. Not really. It's not serial numbered, and so this will probably be something that I'll just throw in a lot of cards to try to. I mean, it's a cool looking card. It's got a bear on it and everything. Chicago Cubs, but at the same time, it's not serial numbered. I'm not a Cubs fan. That'll probably be through in like Luis Robert, box of stuff that I'll look to sell later. So will this. This is just a flat base Stadium Chrome, Stadium Club Chrome, Top Stadium Club Chrome, Jazz Chisholm rookie card. It's not serial numbered or anything. It's from 2021 or 21. It's just a flat base, you know. Um, and I don't know. It might be a refractor, but the fact it's chrome, I don't think it's a refractor. I think it doesn't say. Years ago, Topps used to put it right on the back that was a refractor. But to me, I mean, I'd have to hold another card from the setup on it. But to me, it's not serial numbered. It'll just be through in a bin. Now, this I keep. This is a patch card. Jazz Chisholm. This will go in my collection. Jazz Chisholm. This is before he got traded to the Yankees, of course. And that's a nice looking little patch card. I mean, it's not serial numbered in no way, shape, or form. But I like the looks of that card, and I collect any kind of relics and patch cards. Here's another one, and for some reason, this is another idiot move. This seller decided he needed to put a piece of Scotch tape, and not just a small piece across the top, one that goes all the way down there. Idiots, idiots. But this is what people get in these Facebook groups. They're just looking to. That's why I got this such a good deal. This guy just needed some money. He's unloading what he's got. He's not been in the hobby that long, so he ends up just. Thank goodness it didn't leave much of a residue. It wasn't hard to get off. I've had some of the Scotch tape is really hard, but I wanted to take it off because this is a nice looking card. This is Addison Russell, the same guy that was the same guy that right there, that guy. This is another card of him after he got traded to the Cubs, who he reached the major leagues with. And this is numbered to 10 out of 18. This is a bat card, game used bat. Chicago Cubs. This is from 20. Oh man, I can't even see that. 2018? 2018 Topps. Wow. I thought that was. Oh no, this is 2012. But anyway, nice, very nice card, and very low serial numbered. 10 of 18. So even though he didn't work out good, if I was going to send in, I will check that over, take it out of the sleeve and everything and look it over. But that's a card that I would consider putting in a stack to send to an SGC, on a submission, because of the fact it's numbered to only 18. And even though he's not that, it's a nice relic card, and game used bat right there, and if he this guy was coming up with the Cubs back when the Cubs were winning it all, when Chris Bryant was the talk of baseball, young superstar and all that, and how that seems so long ago now when it really wasn't that long ago, about a decade ago. But that card right there, numbered to 18, it's going to have a low pop, so I don't care if you did send it in. It's going to have a low pop. There's only 18 of them made. Too bad it's not. I mean, I wish that was Jazz Chisholm was numbered to 18. That would be awesome because Chisholm's a very popular player right now, and with the Yankees, and to boot. And then the last card of that lot is a serial number is 21 out of 25. This is Panini. This was upscale, and once again, for some reason, these sellers decide they want to put Scotch tape on the top loaders, and I cannot stand that. I use painter's tape, and when I sell cards to people and I ship them, if I want to, keep a card inside, the holder, I put painter's tape on it, because it doesn't leave a residue, and that way you don't totally destroy, one of these thick top loaders that are as expensive. I mean, you can say I'm penny pinching, whatever, but top loaders cost money, and the bigger ones really cost money. I mean, for what you would pay for a pack of 25 standard top loaders, you're paying the same thing for like 5 of these. So, don't destroy things just because you're selling something. I mean, have some damn respect. I mean, that's the problem with young people today. They don't have respect for nothing. And it's one of the reasons why so many young people today struggle with everything they do, is because nobody is willing to really do anything much to help them, because they don't have no respect in any way for anybody or anything. They just, everything they touch, they just destroy. It's like, I don't know. But, sorry. That's old man rant right there, middle-aged man rant. This one right here is an eBay pickup. Let me get this cut some more so I can get it out. And, oh yeah, this was an autographed card lot. This, I had almost forgot. This, let me see how much time. We're already at 21 minutes. I'll try to speed this up, guys, because this is a large lot, and I want to share them with you, but every card in this lot is autographed, and I think it's 70-some cards. So there's some nice, like I said, there was some nice stuff. I forgot that this was even on its way. I done forgot I purchased this. Why can't I get this open when I'm wanting to hurry? That's when there we go. All right. Once again, I mean, this is just on team bags, so it's no big deal, but overkill with tape is ridiculous. Don't make me bend everything just to try to get in the daggone package. That's ridiculous. But these team bags, I got a million of them. So anyway, let me get all these out. We'll just go through them one at a time real quick. I won't, unless there's something really, really nice in here, I won't stick on them very long. I don't even remember this card being in the lot to begin with, so I'm kind of wondering why that I got that card, but oh well. And the only reason I remember this lot, the only reason that I ended up with this lot is because of the fact that it was all autographed and it was cheap. Okay. And one of these, there's one card in here in a penny sleeve. Okay, we're going. Every one of these are either TTM or pack pulled autographs, but most of them are TTM. Okay, New York Baseball Club. Brian Mitchell. Don't know who he is. Don't know anything about him. This is a 2015 Panini, so probably a bust of a prospect. It says rookie card. I don't remember the guy. This guy I do remember. Kerry Robinson, St. Louis Cardinals. Not really the best looking card. In a way, they're cool. Flair Traditions. That was back in the day now, so to speak. This is a very badly off-center card of Randy St. Clair. It's a Topps OPG, 1987. Badly off-center left to right, but autographed. Ed Vandenberg, former relief pitcher for several teams, Mariners, Dodgers, Indians, Rangers, and he was very effective, especially with Seattle early in the 80s. I can't even read who this is. Patrick Wisdom. This is a Panini 2012 Elite, probably another bust of a prospect, but he was in the lot. Jamie Navarro, former very solid Major League starting pitcher for a lot of years. Jamie Navarro there. Black Sharpie. Too bad that isn't blue Sharpie. That would have really popped nicely. 96 Fleer with the Chicago Cubs there. Here's an 88 Topps Jim Lindemann, signed in blue. I already have several of those cards signed. I will look, but the one I got for my set is probably in a lot better shape. Not much of an auto here, but this guy is a good TTMer, Mark Parent, on a 90 Donruss. Not a clue as to who this is, and I'll have to look it up, because he had in the guy had in the listing who was on these sticker cards. This is an old Fleer early 80s team sticker card that is signed by someone number 44. It could be figured out pretty easy. It's got pretty cool. This is from 83 Fleer, because it's got 82 Topps stats on the back of the card, so that's pretty cool. That's from my childhood range, I remember those, and it looked like my childhood. Darren Jackson, 91 Tops autograph. Now, Jackson signs through the mail, but he can take a while. Um, this is another good TTMer I've wrote to in the past. Brad Arnsberg, Texas Rangers on a 1990. I think that's Tops traded. Yep, Tops traded. Glenn Brummer, 84 Fleer. And he also played. He played in the early to mid 80s with the Cardinals and Rangers as a backup catcher. Dave Allen, Yankees, Black Sharpie, but 91 Leaf, I believe. Yep. And that will go in my collect Yankee autographs as well, even though I'm an Indians fan. My dad was a Yankee fan, so I do collect Indians autographs. I loved this guy when I was young because I was a Mike Schmidt fan, and this guy was part of the 93 Philadelphia Phillies team that won the National League East and went from last place in 92 to first in 93, my high school senior year. Tommy Green, and he had come up with Atlanta back in the days when Atlanta really stank. And he was a top prospect, the #1 pick by Atlanta, and he never did put it all together until he got the Braves gave up on him and threw him in a deal along with Dale Murphy in a trade with Philadelphia, and then he put it all together in Philly. Then he got hurt, never was the same again. Luis Alicea, and that's him with the California Angels, but I remember him mainly with the St. Louis Cardinals where he played most of his career. Danny Cox on 88 Tops. I wish that I had got this lot. Well, it's been a year ago now. About a year ago, I would have needed that about a year ago for the set, but I've got it now. This will go in the Indians PC. J Bell, very good signer through the mail. This is the autograph I like, and I remember seeing this in the lot when it says to Anita, best wishes, Jury Cassell. Now, I don't know who. It says during the 1959 season, Jerry Cassell was the Red Sox most promising young pitcher. So this is a former major league pitcher. Okay. I see. It's got his picture on the other side. There you go. Don't know where that come from, but it says big league cards. But signed on the back to someone. That's a nice. I mean, just nice. Here's another one for the Indians PC. Bayou Alared. Bayou Alred. I'm sure I'm butchering his name, but he signs through the mail pretty good. Here's one. A lot of the ones that I'll be honest with you, I put them in a box. The ones that come in that I get that I don't really want to keep, I'll put them in like for my own collection, and that's usually Black Sharpie unless it's somebody that's very difficult. And Blaine Beatty, that's a rookie card with the Mets, rookie prospect card score. This will go in a box of cards that TTMs that I'll be looking to sell in Facebook groups, whatever. This one will too. DJ Dozier, more famous for his time as a football player, but this is an ink pen. It's personalized and it's an ink pen. That'll just go in a lot to sell. I'm not really crazy about this autograph. It's smudged as well, so it will go in that lot. It'll be in a box that I'll just throw a bunch of cards like this together and just whatever they bring, and I'll ship them off. But Willie Calhoun, former highly ranked top prospect that never amounted to anything. I'll keep this card in my collection, even though it's it's what I would expect on a Flair card. This was at one time back in the day. This was the set, boy. That was upscale back when these sets come out. Flair back in the 90s. Billy Ashley, former top prospect with the Dodgers, never worked out. Never turned into a star. Boy, he was a power hitter back in the minors for the Dodgers. I remember him. I thought he was going to be something else. I remember saving it. The 93 top set had him on a Future Stars card, and I bet I had 50 of them things in a old snap tight or whatever, where I thought this guy had a chance to be the next big time star because he had such tremendous power, but could hit major league pitching. Right here's a dual 2001 franchise futures. It's signed by Jason Hart, and it's got Jason Giambi on the other side. Here's a 94 Mike Huff. This guy played for the Indians for just a little bit. I've got his autograph through the mail a few times myself. Ken Daly, former long-time solid pitcher in the major leagues with the Cardinals out of the bullpen. He also played for the Braves early in his career and for the Toronto Blue Jays late in his career. Another Brad Arnsberg on the 91 Tops. I like Arnsberg. I've sent to him many a time before over the years. Another Willie Calhoun. That one's in better shape than the last one, but Calhoun's just one of those guys that does a scribble. I'll throw that in a bin to get rid of. I kind of like the look of this. James Jones. Seattle, the rookies. This is from 2014 Panini. Another one that never did work out, but I kind of just think Boy Sharpie autograph looks pretty cool on that rookie card. I'll save it for my collection. Here's a Billy Ashley, again, on a different card. This is from Triple Play. Not one of my favorite sets, but I'll take it. Another J. Bell rookie signed with Topps. That'll go in the Indians PC. Wilson Alvarez. I remember him mainly with the White Sox. Boy, he was something when he came up. But by the time he was pitching for Tampa Bay, you know what we used to call him in fantasy baseball? Fat and rusty, because he was fat, out of shape. And he sure was rusty compared to how good he was when he was young. Luis Alicea, another one. Two of those signed. Here's a nice card. This is Topps Archives. Sam Calderon, catcher, New York Giants. He's signed on the side and an ink pen. But I like cards like that from the old school guys. Nice addition to my collection. Rich Becker, Minnesota Twins, Black Sharpie again. That'll go on the side. Here's a Glenn Brummer on an 85. So you can tell this guy done TTM too that I bought these from, because these come from, they come from just a lot of Chris Carpenter. A lot of these cards, I'm getting 2 or 3 different cards autographed by the same guy. Here's another. I'm sure whoever signed this signed the other one. This is old school Fleer, because it's got, when they had the puzzle, they made a puzzle on the back. But yeah, 1980. This is from 1981 or 82 Fleer baseball cards, because it says Texas Rangers 81 season, and on the back they made puzzle cards. This one will go in the Indian set, and I actually have one just like this signed as well. Topps Archives, Wally Westlake, Cleveland Indians. 53 Topps, I believe, outfielder. Nice card there from my collection. This will go into resale. Matt McGill. I don't even remember him. Another identical. This is what gets me. Another identical Curry Robinson. Another 88 Topps Jim Lindemann. So I got 2 signed of both of those. And this is a different Jamie Navarro, but another Jamie Navarro signed in black. This is for the Indians PC, Brian Slocum. Never panned out for a prospect. It says future juice here. Todd Pratt. I remember him back with the Phillies back in the early 90s. See, I was a Mike Schmidt fan growing up as a kid. My dad was a Yankee fan, but I loved Mike Schmidt, so I rooted for the Phillies in the National League and Yankees in the American League. Then I ended up moving to Ohio, becoming a Cleveland fan. But anyway, and I stopped rooting for the Phillies after I got out of high school, really. Jamie Quirk, not much of it. Quirk never has been much of a signer through the mail. He's hit or miss, more miss than hit, and he never has done much more than a scribble. Even back, and he's from back in the day when players signed their whole name. But there's he, and this one's smudged, which this will cause this card to go right into a bin of cards, a box of cards that I will resell in a TTM group. But Dave Island again, and this one got smudged, sadly. Otherwise, if it wasn't smudged, even though it's Black Sharpie, I would be putting it in my Yankees PC. Leo Gomez, I remember him with the Orioles back in the early 90s. Chris Hoyles, very good catcher. And I tell you what, he was a Tigers prospect, and they let him go and traded him, and he ended up being a very good player for the Orioles for a while. Mike Huff, again, Chicago White Sox. Another Luis Alicea. I got 3 of those in this lot. 2 identical signed Brad Orangeburgs in this lot on those. Here's Brad Osmus. Boy, he had a long, good career, good defensive catcher, solid hitter, nothing special. Went on to become a manager. Clint Frazier, boy, this is a guy that, will go in the Indians PC, but this is a guy that, talk about a hot prospect that never amounted to anything. And Cleveland saw this coming. They dumped him in a trade to the New York Yankees, and he never amounted to anything with the Yankees either. Jason Bates, I remember him when he back with the Colorado Rockies in the early days of the franchise in the 90s. This is a nice card, nice signature here. Tom Brunansky. Boy, he was a basher back in the 80s. Part of the 1987 Twins that won it all in the World Series. I like that. I like Brunansky. He was a good outfielder, too. Had a rocket of a right arm. Very good defensive player. Darnell Coles, former high draft pick by the Seattle Mariners. Bounced around the majors for many years. Had one good year with the Tigers. He was decent at times, but he never lived up to his potential. This is another Glenn Brummer on another 85 Donners, but this one's got a smudge on it, sadly. But there's a lot of decent cards in this. And I think there was 74. Another Chris Carpenter, 89 Topps. Sean Dunston, black Sharpie, sadly, but Sean Dunston. Mike Sweeney, former Royals, very good player for the Royals for many years. Gary Varsho. And if you don't know, Dalton Varsho, current major leaguer, that's his dad. Another Rangers. This is when they had the puzzle piece, and I think this would have been from the Fleer's first ever edition, 1981 packs. Another Willie Calhoun. I'm not making this up, guys. Kerry Robinson again. Gary LaVelle. He's originally from Virginia. Long time. Saw a very good major league relief pitcher, left-hander. Keith Miller, New York Mets. Mickey Morandini, another member of that 93 Phillies team. This is smudged. The walling is smudged, but Denny Wallen on an 88 Topps. Another Mark Parent. A lot of these cards I will just simply look to turn around and flip in a TTM group on Buy, Sell, and Trade TTMs on Facebook. This will go in my PC collection because I collect Ron Gant, one of my favorite players as a kid, a teenager, and then he became my favorite baseball player, one of them. After Mike Schmidt retired, I was looking for new possible players. He was young. He was so talented. I'd love to have that signed by all three. That's David Justice and Fred McGriff with him. But anyway, that's a nice card. Ricky Jordan, he was on that 93 Phillies National League pennant winning team. I really like Jordan. I remember when he came up about the time Mike Schmidt's career was ending. I had a lot of high hopes for him. He had been a first-round pick by them, but he never turned into a star. He didn't have the power that a lot of teams look for in a first baseman back then. Brian Hunter, signed in black. That guy, stolen base champion there for a year or two, and then Mike Huff again on a 90 score. So that's that lot. Sorry, guys, there's a lot because I forgot about that lot, and that was a lot of cards. And I got all that in a group purchase. It was I think I gave about it was I can't shipping and all. I think it was $30 plus shipping. I mean, 70 some autographs you can't beat. It might have been, I don't remember. I think it was $30. I mean, it wasn't. It was something that averaged out to like about three. It might have been less than that then. It was less than that because I remember it was 25 plus shipping, come out to close to $30 because I remember, and this TTM is Juan Gonzalez, by the way. I just cut it open and signed 1, 2, 3. I've sent to him in the past. I had sent to this one is 93 Topps, nicely signed, 91 Donruss, and a 90 Fleer, which is a Fleer rookie, I believe. Anyway, that was the TTM, and that was the last thing, I believe. Let me make sure. A lot of autographs. That lot, I believe it was, I remember it was something like the reason I went ahead and jumped on it, even though there's a lot of cards in here that were smudged. There were 6 or 7 autos in that amount that were smudged, but I jumped on it because there was a lot of Indians in it that I could put in my PC. There was a few other cards like that Ron Gant that I liked, and there was other ones that I'll keep in my PC. If it's a blue Sharpie and it's a nice autograph of any player, I will usually keep. If it's a black Sharpie, a lot of times I just throw them in a box. I don't know. I just don't care much unless it's really sharp. I don't usually keep the black Sharpies in my collection, or if it's a player that's deceased or is very tough to get, But I just put the ones I don't want into a box. I go through, I separate them, and I just put them on Facebook group, TTM group, and resell them a lot. Just like I bought this as a lot, I'll resell them as a lot. Somebody will always buy them. I usually don't ask that much for them because I don't have that much in them, and I don't have much in these. I just to get my usually break even because this guy. I don't, like I said, I don't know who it is, but like cards like that, I'll just toss to the side, let somebody else enjoy them if they want to add them to the collection. So anyway, we had the Donnie Moore, we had all these autographs, the TTM I got on top there, and then we had that lot, we had the Bob Feller pickup, and the Will Myers number to 50 rookie card, pink refractor rookie card. And my favorite card out of all this that I was the most upset about, the guy that I'll clean that tape's residue off, is that Gem Mint 10. So anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed me sharing my recent pickups with you today, and I'll be back again soon with more videos.